Square Garden Lowdown for MSG Varsity, the Knicks, the Rangers, right here at WHITradio.org.
Alright, it's Sam the Man here with Muhammad the Machine. We're here to talk about the Knicks and their recent loss of Carmelo Anthony. I feel like it's the worst loss of the season. He feels like it's not that bad.
It's gonna make them a better team.
It's gonna make them. And we want to talk a little bit about men's NCAA men's basketball. Send us your brackets. We're going to have our own.
Kobe and Carmelo.
And we're going to be talking about Kobe and Carmelo injury and Kobe injury, and how the Lakers are still going to prevail. And he will come back in the playoffs.
All right, start off with the Knicks.
All right, Carmelo, I feel like Carmelo's the worst loss. He was there during the beginning of the season when they were doing great, and Amari wasn't there. So, I mean, Amari has to be less of a loss.
You know what the difference was back then?
What?
You had everybody scoring. You had Jason Kidd scoring. You had... when you have Jason Kidd and Raymond Felton doing good, the entire team always does good. Always. Lately, those two players haven't been doing good. Carmelo's been getting more positions than he has been getting in the beginning of the year, and that's the reason.
Well,
he looks like he's been shining.
That's all excuses.
No, it's not
that's
an excuse.
That's all excuses right now. Amari Stoudemire being out, actually, they did well during that time, and I feel like they're not going to do as well with Carmelo Anthony out.
Yeah, they will.
Why?
If anything, I think.
Why would they do as well without having an MVP candidate on the roster?
Because now you don't have one scorer, and now the entire team is going to be looking for people to score.
No. You take out an MVP candidate.
Rondo left the Celtics, the guy who always dominated the ball.
And
Carmelo's the guy that we did better without him. We're 12.
You did better without him.
We're doing better without him right now.
You're doing better without him.
12 and
then he
5,
wasn't
I
as
think.
important. He's not an MVP candidate this year anyway. He wasn't.
Would have been if he stayed.
He wouldn't.
He would have been if he stayed.
He wouldn't. The MVP's going to LeBron. Game over. But still, I feel like with Carmelo Anthony led his team, and this year he had a drive that just ignited everybody. And I feel like Amari Stoudemire just kind of he came back.
I feel like slow the tempo of the game down.
I feel
Amari
like
did.
Hold on, wait. Let me speak.
Okay.
I feel like we haven't really been too fair to him. I mean, it's kind of like he was in the beginning. People were always anticipating his return as the fall of the Knicks. It wasn't really fair to him, and I feel like it would kind of just cast this bad shadow on the Knicks that they were doomed to lose no matter what. But say your piece. That was my piece.
Give Stoudemire some time without Carmelo. Well, obviously he's going to need about. They said last week, I think it's 6 weeks. He's not going to be in because of some knee problems that he's having right now. He's going to get surgery. But when he comes back, give him. No, but all right. I'm just saying, if he has time without Carmelo and just with the rest of the team,
all right,
he'll be doing good.
They're at the 2 seed right now. We're gonna make seed predictions this time, only with the Knicks, not with everybody else, because that would take a while. But my seed prediction is that the Knicks will fall from the 2 seed to the 5 seed because of his loss.
Stop.
No, that's.
I don't think they'll fall to the. I have
my
a few
prediction.
different. They won't fall all the way down to 5. I either think they might stay 2. Or they might fall to 3. Farthest, they'll fall to 4. No lower than that.
No, they won't stay at 2. The Pacers are already nipping at them. The Pacers are already right next to them.
And Brooklyn's not too far either, but
the Pacers are the closest one.
Yeah.
And the Pacers are doing good. And I'm telling you, just people, I want this.
They won't go any lower than 4th seed.
Knicks GM, please, I wish you would listen to this. David West, you need him, and you don't need Amari. Come on, just make the trade. David
the
West
Knicks need
way
big
better.
men. You can't
David
get
West
rid of
not
a forward. No, he's no.
Yeah, he is a forward. David West is a power forward.
He won't. He's good defensively, obviously, but
yeah. But what do you need? You have Carmelo for offense. You have Carmelo, J.R. Smith. You have Carmelo, J.R. Smith, Raymond Felton, Steve Novak. You have all those people for offense.
Steve Novak
you have Tyson
has been cold lately.
You need a defensive power forward. You need a defensive power forward.
Chandler isn't good on offense.
That's what?
Chandler isn't good on offense.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mention him.
J.R. Smith is really, really inconsistent. I wouldn't depend on him too much. Carmelo dominates the ball too much. I don't like that in players.
Really?
Yes.
You don't like that in players?
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Don't like that.
Really? So when the game's on the line, you expect him to pass the ball?
No, not like that. Not in a situation like that. I mean, throughout the entire game.
So
distribute the ball.
So I mean, if he doesn't dominate the game, who is going to? Somebody has to.
The team.
No.
All right. Did you see the Miami Heat Knicks game that was just like I think 2 weeks ago? Did you see it?
Yeah. Who took over that game?
Stoudemire was doing great.
Who took over that game?
I'm gonna give it to LeBron.
Who won?
The Heat won.
Exactly.
Do you know why?
LeBron took over the game.
Carmelo got put in the fourth quarter. Stoudemire was taken out. You pretty much threw water all over their fire. You put their fire out. Stoudemire barely took shots. Whenever he got the ball, at most one dribble, kicks it out to somebody else for an easy shot.
I would think that they didn't put water on the fire. They actually ignited it because the heat got better.
Oh my God.
Because the heat got better, you get it. Fire, heat. You didn't get it, did you?
What?
Wow. No, that was clever. Tweet that was clever. Tweet at us that was clever. All right, but
that game, Stoudemire's ball movement was amazing. You put Carmelo in, he ruined everything.
Exactly, his ball movement was amazing.
You need ball movement.
You need somebody who can dominate, who can be clutch, who can win.
No.
What was the big argument about LeBron?
That he's not clutch.
Exactly.
He still
Why
isn't
is
clutch.
Michael Jordan the greatest?
Because of his championships.
Because he's clutch.
No, because of his championships.
Well, hold on, wait. So you're going against your argument about the rings. Rings do matter, apparently, because the rings made him the greatest.
Don't.
That's what you just said.
No, they don't.
Folks, you heard it here.
He did throughout the entire game,
folks, you heard it here first. I won the argument.
Look at all the scoring titles he has.
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh, my God.
That's all I have to say.
Look. He's done so many other things, too, to make himself look amazing.
Bigger injury for a team, Kobe Bryant getting injured for the Lakers or Carmelo Anthony for the Knicks?
Definitely Kobe Bryant.
Why?
Because the Lakers are your kind of team, the kind of team that depends on one player to do everything.
No, they don't depend on one player to do everything, because obviously he's not getting...
But they depend on Kobe to do a majority. Passing? Rarely.
Exactly, so he's not doing everything. He's rebounding.
Not really.
So he's not doing everything. He is not doing everything.
Kobe's only a scorer.
He's only a scorer. So what's he only doing?
Scoring.
Exactly.
Not in a good way, though. That's not a good thing.
That's not also what he's doing. You just said that
scoring
titles are a big part.
What are the Lakers going to do without
Kobe?
You
also just said that scoring titles are a big part of why Michael Jordan was great. That's all I'm saying. Look at the stars
on his team.
You're just really going back on your own arguments.
He had Scottie Pippen and he had Dennis Rodman, even with all those great players surrounding him. And for a year he had Steve Kerr. With all those players surrounding him, he was still able to get the scoring title.
Yeah.
That's
he
impressive.
scored and he didn't pass. But you guys criticized Kobe for that. All I'm saying is that
Kobe's
a bigger...
assists. Michael was able to make a better team. Guaranteed right now, if Michael Jordan took Kobe's place on the Lakers from the beginning of the season to now...
No one's arguing that. Nobody's arguing that.
It's been an argument on ESPN for a little bit.
What?
If Kobe wasn't on the... Say Michael Jordan was to take his spot on the Lakers, they would have already been in the playoffs for the entire season. They wouldn't have struggled to get into the 8th seed like they're doing right now.
Well...
That's true, and you know it.
I don't know that that's particularly true because Scottie Pippen was healthy most of the time, right?
Yeah.
You'd say Dennis Rodman was healthy most of the time?
Yeah.
How
often
was Dwight Howard and Steve Nash healthy this year, and Paul Gasol? How often were they healthy this year?
This season, Dwight wasn't at his top condition. He wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Steve Nash?
Steve Nash wasn't healthy.
Exactly. Paul Gasol?
No.
None of them were healthy. His loss is the greatest, though, because he is the one that is pushing his team to win. He's the only one on the team that believes, and I feel like this team's
going to... what happened at the beginning of the season?
I think this team's going to crumble without him. This team will crumble without him.
Most of the season when they were struggling, every time he scored more, instead of just assisted or passed up his opportunities to shoot...
What happened when he declared that they were going to make the playoffs?
What do you mean?
What happened when he declared that they were going to make the playoffs?
They made the playoffs a few games later.
Exactly.
That's out of his cockiness and arrogance.
No, he's the driving... he's the driving... You have to have confidence to be a competitor. If you don't have confidence, then you can't compete because you don't believe in yourself. Fact.
All right. Even if they end up getting into the playoffs, they will get swept. At most, they'll make it to Game 5 against the Spurs.
They're playing really great right now.
Compared to the Spurs, they're playing like a high school team.
No. They're playing really... The Lakers are playing really good right now.
Dwight won't be able to keep this up.
If Kobe Bryant comes back and they keep this up, Dwight Howard's doing amazing. Kobe Bryant's doing amazing.
It was a severe ankle sprain.
21 rebounds he had against the Bulls. Dwight Howard. I think that Dwight Howard needs to grow up and take charge of this team, or Steve Nash has to stop being quiet and take control of this team while Kobe's gone, and then hand it back to him. That's the only way the Lakers will. That's the
Kobe
only.
Doesn't deserve it. Are you kidding me? So, anyways,
Kobe doesn't deserve it.
I wouldn't give
Who
him
does?
ownership of this
Who
team.
does? Who? If Kobe doesn't deserve it, then who does?
I'd rather give it to Ron Artest.
Who does?
I'd rather give
Who
it
does?
to Ron Artest than give it
There's
to Kobe
no Ron
Bryant.
Artest on that team.
There's no world peace on it either.
Oh, there is actually. But there won't be any peace of mind while Kobe's not there. All right, now let's talk about men's college basketball. Gonzaga's number 1. Duke's number 2, Indiana's number 3, Louisville's number 4, and Georgetown's number 5. This is championship week and Selection Sunday is coming up. We will have brackets for you. But right now, it's been a topsy-turvy season, and I'm not actually sure who I'm going to go with this year. There's probably going to be a lot of upsets on my in my bracket. And last year I did pretty good, though. Last year I had picked the finals, but I didn't pick the correct winner. Hopefully this year will go better.
This year, let's talk about NBA seeds right now. What do you think is going to happen in Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals?
I already told you, no more finals predictions. Okay.
I wanted to see what you were going to say about that.
No more finals predictions. All right. Let's talk about...
Shame.
I think that Miami has the chance to win it all this year, just because of the sheer fact that they play well under under pressure situations. They beat Duke by 27 points this year in that long stretch where they were number 3 and they were doing really good. I feel like if they can get motivated for this upcoming bracket, then they're going to be a really tough team to beat, especially just a really tough team to beat. You want to add anything, or have you not done your research? Looks like somebody's unprepared. I thought that was only for class.
No, I thought I thought I was gonna end up destroying you in some NBA arguments before we got into that.
Well, you didn't. I destroyed you.
You didn't let me explain myself thoroughly.
Explain what? All right, everybody, let's pause this real quick. Time out, and let's let Muhammad explain something. Let's explain. What do you want to explain?
Lakers might not end up getting into the playoffs with Kobe gone.
Yes, I said that.
No,
you're actually agreeing with me.
No.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
Well, I didn't think they were going to stay into the playoffs to begin with, even if Kobe was there.
Well, you just agreed with me. Okay.
You
Next argument, because an argument is usually two differing opinions.
Any sense.
An argument is usually two differing opinions. If you don't have any differing opinions from me, please don't say anything.
Stoudemire is a bigger... No.
We already covered that.
Stoudemire would be a bigger loss to the Knicks.
He already wasn't. I mean, what do you want? That's already been proven.
No, it hasn't been.
Yes, it has.
Wait for Raymond Felton and Jason Kidd to be as hot as they were in the beginning of the season, and they'll win. We're like, this man. What are you talking about, this kid?
This boy. My son, everybody. But, I mean, wait for them to get as hot as they were. I mean, they have to do that on their own, but Amari Stoudemire should be pushing them to do it. Carmelo Anthony by himself pushed his team to do it, and he took charge of the team, and he took leadership. With two superstars, like Carmelo and Amari, who never really got along, trying to be in the locker room together and both be captains, doesn't work out. How many captains are there on a team?
Oh my! They can
How many
always
captains?
be two.
When?
There can be two.
Name one situation when there's two captains on a team.
The Celtics always have either Rondo, Carmelo. They can either have Rondo, KG, or Paul Pierce.
No. Who's the captain of the team?
On the court, it's usually Kevin Garnett. Off the court, it's usually Paul Pierce.
There's no off the court.
Yes, there is.
I'm sorry to tell you there is.
Michael Jordan. You're so gone.
All right. See, Rock. Ooh, I almost called you Rockash just because you're that bad at arguing. All right. Excuse me. I have to beat him in something else real quick. just like I always do in
LeBron
basketball.
James has nothing on these, though.
All right, join us next. All right, join us next week to watch me beat Muhammad at more stuff. We might actually post some videos of me beating him in basketball, like I always do. Football, baseball, you name it, I'll beat him.
Maybe
I'm Sam
cricket,
the
but not the other
Man.
sports.
That's Muhammad the Machine.
Yep.
I'm gone.
That was a funny show.